Welcome back, friends, to Feni for the Soul, and we have a familiar, guest on the screen. That is Sandesh Prabhudesai, the eminent, Goa-based journalist. Namaskar, Sandesh.
Namaskar, Rahul.
So this is the second time I'm speaking to Sandesh in a matter of, less than 2 months. In January, if you recall, we spoke about Sandesh's excellent book, Ajib Goa's Gajab Politics. And Sandesh gave us an excellent, window into Goan politics and history in that discussion, which was received very well by all of you. So this time around, we are now on March 24th, Thursday, and next week on Monday, in fact, the next week the new Goa government is going to be formed, and I just felt that it was very important to speak to somebody like Sandesh. So I'm going to kick off by asking Sandesh. Sandesh, in a recent tweet, you mentioned the gang of 4 businessmen in Goan politics will be at work, during the formation of this Goa government. And interestingly, if I must mention, somebody like Sudin Dhaulikar of MGP had sworn not to align with the BJP before the elections. And now he's, ready with his letter of support. So can you give us, your expert comments on this, especially what you meant by that tweet?
Rahul, basically, what happens is that when we look at politics as politics, then there is a lot of confusion. Okay, I had said it earlier also. I don't remember whether in your program or whether I had written about it. Is that there are many parties in Goa. Okay, this time there were some more, but these are all for namesake dikhave ke liye. There is only one underground party functioning in Goa, and that is Land Dealers Party, or the party controlled by land sharks. So that is the main thing. And basically, if you see even in this election, no matter which party they belong to, most of the candidates were also into land dealings. Either they were builders, land dealers, brokers, real estate agents, all such kind of people. So that becomes the main thing where, Dr. Pramod Sawant is struggling basically on who should be given town and country planning portfolio, and also who should be given revenue, and then also the PDA chairmanships. So this gang of 4, which I said, there are many opportunities, like you said, Sudin Dhaulikar and all. People didn't feel anything when Sudin Dhaulikar said that I am not going to align with BJP, and then when BJP got majority and he got only 2, he immediately was the first one to give a letter. People didn't get, at all surprised about this, because he is known for that. And everybody knows also that he will go for that. So, this kind of opportunism and all is there. But Sudin Dhaulikar is basically into, eyeing for PWD ministry, transport ministry, and all such kind of things. But basically, in terms of land deals, there are 4 prominent people who are elected and who are into this business. Are basically, one is Babush Monserrate, and I'm quite certain that he is going to get town and country planning ministry, and if he doesn't get it, then there's going to be, the government is going to have a problem in future. The second one is Vijai Sardesai, who calls himself a real estate agent officially. And there is nothing wrong in that, basically land brokers and all. The third is Vishwajit Rane, who is known for his land deals. In fact, the biggest controversy amidst election or in the eve of election was sale of Wagheri hillock. It is one of the richest and biggest hillock hill of Sattari among the Sahyadris. And that whole thing is being sold. And we don't know, but it is said that it is being sold to one of the top most politicians of Delhi at national level. So just not from Delhi, but basically known at national level. So he is known for such kind of things. And the fourth one is Rohan Khaunte, He is also into all these land deals and all. So basically, when I said gang of four, it is they have, it is not gang in that sense. It is basically, you can say, a group of four also. So that's why I said gang of four in inverted commas. But basically, these are the people who have always been together. Even in the last term, if you see, they have been together in some or other way. And this time, what we hear is that when a BJP meeting was called of all the legislators and how to go ahead and all, because they had only 20 and required 21 to have absolute majority in the House of 40s. And there were many people who were opposing Sudhin Dhawlikar, aligning with Sudhin Dhawlikar. They had no problem aligning with three independents, but Sudhin Dhawlikar is a problem. That time, it seems Babush Monserrate got up and he said that what do we require? We require 21, right? So why are you running behind Sudhin Dhawlikar? I'll talk to Vijai Sardesai and I'll get his Goa Forward Party merged into BJP and we'll be 21. So confidently he said it on behalf of Vijai Sardesai. So that is what is being, that is the buzz around. So, and nobody, we were also not surprised if he had really said it, because it is a group of four of this land dealings which is functioning.
So, thank you for that wonderful insight, Sandesh. It kind of sets the tone for the questions that follow, you know. See, this thanks to Times of India, a table from the Times of India newspaper. See, if you can, as you can see on the screen, you got these 10 elected MLAs, starting with Ravi Naik and Ponda, you know, who won by slender margin of 76. And then, you know, and it goes down. I don't have to read all of them out, but they're all less than 1,000, 10 of them. So 1/4 of the MLAs have, you know, literally scampered in, you know. So what is your comment on this, Sandesh?
See, if you see the table, just keep the table for some time, Rahul. There is Ravi Naik of BJP. There is Viresh Borkar of RG. There is Cruz Silva of AAP. Then again, Govind Gowde of BJP. Then there is one independent also, Chandrakant Shetty. Ullas Tehekar BJP, Pramod Sawant BJP, Nilesh Kabral BJP, Jeet Arolkar also of MGP. And again, Babush Monserrate BJP. So there is practically, maybe Congress is not there, but all other parties are there. Even RG is there, AAP is there. So it was sort of a tough battle for the established people in that sense, where Babush Monserrate was the first one who came out of counting hall and said openly, he was upset. After this victory, he was upset because 716, a margin of 716, he never expected. He said, BJP did not work for me. BJP Karyakartas did not work for me. And it proves that I am still not accepted in the BJP. So that is a fact. This time, BJP cadres worked against the party. It was close to finish and somehow they survived. We are told that lot of vitamin yum was distributed the previous night and the price went up to 10K per vote. That was the buzz around, and somehow they managed it, but the whole mood was against it. I would still make a difference between, for example, 76, margin of 76 of Ravi Naik and margin of 77 of Viresh Borkar. Is that Ravi Naik struggled through to win, but Viresh Borkar made it, okay, somehow, because RG had not spent money in that sense for the election, like distributing money to the voters and all such kind of things. They had not done. Everybody talks about it, and people had voted for a party without even knowing the candidate personally. So that kind of thing was there. So there's a big difference. Even Cruz Silva of AAP, you can say. It was a tough battle for Govind Gowde and Deepak Dhawlikar in that sense. So Chandrakant Shetty also scraped through fighting Naresh Sawar of MGP. Naveli Ullas Tehekar is, Rahul, I don't know if our viewers know Marathi. Then one of our friend, Dr. Friend, said that normally there is a saying in Marathi, दोघांचे भांडण तिसऱ्याचा लाभ. But Naveli has given a new this thing. Chaugache bhandan pachvacha laab. 4 people fight and the 5th one benefits. A new saying comes into being after Naveli result. So Ullas Naik is a what we say in Konkani is fluke. Okay, by fluke he got his thing because votes got divided. Pramod Sawant was a real battle for him. 666 for a chief minister is I think he'll be the first chief minister of Goa till today. All those who have fought except Lakshman Parsekar who lost. Okay, no chief minister has come down to such a low margin. Kursode Nilesh Cabral, it was really tough. Mandre G. Tarolkar also, it was a triangular fight between the Dayanand Sopte and Lakshman Parsekar and G. Tarolkar. And I told you about Babush Monserrate. So in that sense, it was these people scraped through and somehow BJP became 20.
Yeah, Sandesh, that leads me to, thank you for that answer. It leads me to this, your column where you mentioned BJP got their 20 seats thanks to imported wine. And I'll show a graphic and which will help you explain that better, I'm sure. This one right here, this is from your column itself, where you have explained how the true BJP cadre is only eight people from the ranks of BJP, and all the rest are imported. They are nothing to do with the Hindutva philosophy. Technically, they are not from RSS, nothing. So how do you explain this? Meaning they are now, BJP seems to be just claim power at any cost. Is that true?
Absolutely. In fact, last time, Rahul, I had said that this is Bharatiya Janata Party of Congress. Okay. And if I am not mistaken, the GPCC president who has resigned now, Girish Sorankar, had said that this is an election between old Congress and new Congress. Okay, that is what he said. But now I change it slightly. That out of 20, only 8 are from the cadres, and out of 12, 8 are from Congress, 2 are from MGP, and 2 independent, Govind Gowde and Rohan Khaunte. So basically, it is a Bharatiya Janata Party of professional defectors. They are in majority. They are 12 almost. And that's where Pramod Sawant is going to have a tough time. Even after giving ministries, even after distributing portfolios, it's a tightrope walk for Pramod Sawant because there is hardly anybody from the cadre. Because from MGP also they got from Remendra Sheth and from Maye and Praveen Adlekar from Pedne. These 2 seats they got. So even last time or even before that, I have been saying it consistently that the Hindutva agenda will not work in Goa. It doesn't work in Goa. And it has been proved once again that even if we say that BJP has formed a government, in real sense, the Hindutva party has not come to power and it is not possible for them. Even this time, it is not possible. If I'm not mistaken, again, last time they got 13 out of which 7 were Christians. And finally, they were 27 after so many defections, out of which 15 were Christians. And now, again, they are 20. And out of 20, again, there are, I think, 5 Christians. So this Hindu-Christian combination, I'm not making it any communal statement, please. I mean, viewers should not misunderstand this. In fact, we are countering communalism. Goa counters communalism. This communal divide just doesn't work in Goa. Without Hindus and Christians coming together, nobody can win election in Goa. And the same thing with RG, I would say, by dividing Goans between Goans and migrant, I don't think we'll come to that later on, that they will also not be able to win the election, though they have made an impact with 10% vote, a huge impact, I would say.
Thank you, Sandesh. Wonderful analysis again. I'll move to something which is a little disturbing, but I'll show you, thanks. This is thanks to the Association of Democratic Reforms and their wonderful research. So this graphic shows that, disturbingly, 13 of our 40 elected MLAs have got serious criminal cases against them. 13. This is a rise from 6 to 13 in just these two elections. So 33% of our elected MLAs have got serious criminal cases against them, which are in the courts of law. So, how do you explain this drastic decline in the quality of politics, Goan politics, over the years?
Rahul, one thing is that criminalization of politics, in that sense, if you ask me, is not such a big issue, except really few serious cases like Babush Monserrate was involved in. Such kind of things are there. But there are two kind of criminal cases you get. One thing is that there are serious cases, okay, real of it in criminal nature. Or there are some cases where you are into social movements, you are into social agitations, and there cases are filed against you, and those are criminal cases. So here in the records also they are shown as criminal cases, but in that sense they have fought for people's rights, and that is how they face it. So earlier, such kind of criminalization or criminal cases against the candidates was not a new phenomena. We used to have many candidates in the assembly who used to have such kind of criminal cases. But we knew that even Govind Gowde recently also, when he joined politics, he had criminal cases against him. But that is because he was involved in Uta agitation, the tribal agitation. Ramesh Tavarkar also had those kind of criminal cases. So these cases are different from the cases which were basically faced by people like Miki Pashiko or Churchill Alema of smuggling, then Babush Monserrate of rape, or attack on police station, such kind of serious criminal cases. So that is not the main thing. It's very, very difficult to discriminate, and we have to go through, dig into it and find out really which are real serious cases and which are not. But the main thing is, I would say, it is criminalization of politics, which doesn't fall under any sections of IPC or CRPC. And that is the main worry. Okay. The criminal manner in which we are selling out Goa, the criminal manner in which we are exhausting our land, the cultivable land, the criminal manner in which we are completely neglecting the economy of Goa for our personal gains, the criminal manner in which the whole political game is being played, the criminal manner in which the politicians are taking innocent voters for a ride, that I feel is more serious in Goa. And it had reached a peak point where the whole new process has started. Because earlier in elections, thing was what? That it was candidate-centric election. So a reverse process has started from this election. This election was a historic election for Goa. And the election is becoming party-centric. Election is becoming ideology-centric. Whether the ideology is good or bad is a different question. Okay, there are different criteria for that. Some people will feel that the agenda of RG, which is for a pogo bill or anti-migrant, is a value for important value based politics. They may feel that anti-migrant is a very, very, very important thing. And there are values in that. We want to preserve our identity, our language, our culture, and all these things. And others have a different viewpoint on that. Or Hindutva, for that matter, ideology, whether it is value-based or not. There are different viewpoints on that. But basically, the voter is started going back to party-centric, ideology-centric politics. And that is the real threat for this criminal, I told you, the criminal manner in which the whole political game is going on. That the whole politics is on a reverse mode, and we are going back to that politics, which is a good sign. And this election has shown that.
So, Sandesh, my next question really is the emergence of two debutants, that is AAP with 2 seats and Revolutionary Goans party with 1 seat. So these 3 debutants have come into the government, come into assembly. And the other interesting fact is the Goan voters sent 40% of the cabinet ministers back home, packing. So your comment on this?
So many cabinet ministers went home, but it is not only that. I was just trying little exercise of mine also. And there are almost, I think, around 50 or 52, I can't remember exactly, ex-MLAs, the old people who were contesting. Okay, so many people. At some or other time, they were the MLAs. And they contested from different parties. Out of that, only 15 are elected. Okay, among these 40, the 15 are old people. And so many fresh faces, new faces, which is a very, very good thing. I'm feeling very happy that we'll be able to hear some good
new
speeches
voices
by some,
new voices.
Yeah. New voices. It is just not new faces, but some fresh thoughts also. Because it is just not either Congress or BJP or MCP. This time there is Aam Aadmi Party. This time there is Revolutionary Goans. So that's going to be very, very interesting in that sense. But still, I would make little difference. One thing is that, everybody says, especially the Congress camp says, that Congress lost because of RG. Everywhere. That's why I made that analysis, which I would request the viewers also to, I can't, give it here in detail. This is Viresh Borkar of Revolutionary Goans Party. He won by 76 votes, I think. But a big entry in that sense. But still, I would make a difference. They say that, and some BJP people are saying that they lost because of RG. Some MGP person is also saying, Sudhin Dhaulikar says that he got less votes because of RG. Everybody is blaming RG. As though RG was there to split the votes. As though Aam Aadmi Party was there to split the votes. No. People looked at either Aam Aadmi Party or RG. I'm talking from voters' point of view. The political parties are calling them B team of this, B team of that, B team of that. Okay. But the voter looked at them as a third alternative. Neither Congress nor BJP. I don't want to vote both, so I want a third alternative. What is a third alternative for me? And that is how AAP and RG have benefited. So that is the first thing from voters. I look at it from voters' point of view. Number one. But still, there is a big, big difference between Aam Aadmi Party and RG. The Aam Aadmi Party, this is the second election. In the last election, they projected Elvis Gomes as a chief ministerial candidate by privately saying that a Christian candidate, Christian CM. Okay. They lost miserably, not a single seat. Even the percentage was hardly anything. Then they realized that it was their mistake to project somebody only as Christian when there are 25% Christians. They just went by simple percentage. This time they said that openly, Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia was the first one to announce a Bhandari CM and a Christian deputy CM. So this kind of caste politics and religion politics, they wanted to play, just like how BJP is saying Hindutva, they said in a different language. That failed. It failed miserably. It's high time for Aam Aadmi Party to introspect and think what kind of politics they are doing in Goa. Because it has never happened in Goa. This Delhi party is coming to Goa and spoiling our ethos, our fabric in a big way. Somehow, I was also scared. I have written in my book that right from the beginning, right from 1972, when it was tried first by K.V. Naik, Bhandari Samaj leader, Bhandari politics, it has never worked, and other things also, they have not worked. Christian politics has not worked. Okay, from Jack Sikera to Wilfred D'Souza, only Christians, that has not worked beyond opposition. And Hindutva also, it never worked. And Manohar Parrikar had to give up the Hindutva slogan and work in harmony with everybody. So that is the dynamics of Goan politics. And I was really scared whether the way Bhandari Samaj had united on political lines, and the way Gomantak Bhandari Samaj president invited Arvind Kejriwal to his office also. And some buzz I used to listen when, no, this time Bhandari politics will work. I was really getting scared whether the caste politics is getting rooted in Goa. But somehow the voter is wise. I am very proud of our Goan voters. It has not worked, and very much thankful to the Goan voters for proving it again. Forget that Amit Palekar, the candidate. My next analysis is going to be on this. Okay, that in how many constituencies the Bhandaris, how much percentage and how much they got, who were the Bhandari candidates and what was the outcome. So these things don't work. So in that sense, AAP had worked, but AAP had worked during COVID. They worked very sincerely and they built some relation with the voters and they benefited from that. And Banauli, last time itself, AAP lost the opportunity. If the candidate had worked a little bit better, AAP would have opened its account in the last election itself in Banauli. So that way, both Kenji, Vegas or Cruz, both of them are really good people, so knowledgeable people. So we are very happy with that. But there is a big difference between Aam Aadmi Party and RG. RG is a different phenomena. It has gripped the youth of Goa and the mid-age Christians who are abroad. The party is also financed by the NRIs. There is a buzz and they are saying that it is a BJP's plot to divide the votes. They have created this RG. And but then if that was the plan, I would say that, okay, let's consider that that was the plan of BJP. Then it has boomeranged on that. Because the first thing is that BJP could not reach 21 because the RG defeated BJP in Santandre and entered the assembly. So whom did they defeat? They defeated BJP candidate. And because of RG, if it was their creation, then it was because of that creation, they lost 21 seats. I mean, the 21 number, the absolute majority. Number one. The second thing is that I have made the analysis that in so many places, like for example, the best example is Daboli, where the main contender of Movin Guduno last time was Babu Nanoskar, who was contesting on the MGP ticket. This time he contested on Aam Aadmi Party ticket. And Movin's votes reduced drastically. Babu Nanoskar's votes reduced drastically. And Congress, which was nowhere in last election, Vitriato Fernandez, Captain Vitriato, came up like anything. So where did Congress? Congress did not lose votes. In fact, Congress gained immensely, even after RG. And who lost? Who lost the votes is Aam Aadmi Party and the BJP. There are so many examples like this, which I have given in this article of mine. People could read it and see. So, but then there is one more thing for RG to think about. Did people vote for RG because it was anti-migrant party? RG needs to think about it. Are the people behind RG because it is anti-migrant party? Are they benefiting because of this? Then why 1% in Mormugaon, 2% or 3% in cities like Panaji, Madgaon, Bhapsa, Vasco, all these places where there are migrants? Why there is no migrant, anti-migrant feeling and RG is getting huge number of votes? RG overall got 10% votes. But you know, out of these 10% votes, the vote percentage, I would tell you, I have it here, and you know, the 2 and 3% votes which they got, Mormugao 0.77%. Bicholi is a town again of mining where there are so many migrants, 2% votes. Panji, where there are migrants, 2% votes. Madagaon, 3% votes. Vasco, 3% votes. Sakri, again, a small town with so many migrants are there for so many years because of mining. Sakri, 3% votes. Kepe is also again a town. Okay, a part of it is town, 4% vote. Bhapsa, 4% votes. Manre has become a tourism hub today. After Kalangut, it is Manre, where land is being sold mercilessly. Okay, and where big land business is going on, and which is full of migrants everywhere. So what it shows, what I am trying to tell you is that what it shows, that people who are living in Goa in harmony with migrants, because we need them, especially the migrant labor, which we need, the RG card has not worked. That is where RG needs to introspect. RG also needs to think about it. They have an excellent agenda, I'm telling you, Rahul, except this POGO bill or the surname bill or the anti-migrant thing, which they are thinking of. Okay, if we keep aside these things, the other programs which they have are real excellent programs for Goa. So RG also needs to think whether they will go for this identity politics, where with amalgamation of Goans and migrants who have become Goans, we will go for real people who are anti-Goan, who are selling our land to the land sharks, and the land sharks coming in a big way. Whether we will, they call it Wuzo, no? Wuzo is fire. Okay, so this fire will basically, you know, targeted against these land sharks, or they will गरीब कामगार माइग्रेंट लोगों का चूल्हा जो जल रहा है वो बुझा लेंगे. That the RG has to think after this result, and that is very important, I feel. So that's all.
Fantastic. Lovely analysis. Yeah. Thank you, Sandesh. So finally, I come to the last question, and that is, I'll show you a chart. This chart, Sandesh, you know, it talks about, again, it's a ADR chart. Assets, details of winning candidates. So even if you look at the top 10 and 11, you know, you see the Lobos are right on top with 92 plus crores. Dr. Shete is 59. The Monserrates are around 48 plus crores. Sardesai is 37 crores. And down to, you know, Yuri Alimau, 30, Cabral, 28, that way. And the Ranes, surprisingly, are at 10 and 11. But whatever it is, this is what they have declared, 23 plus crores. Now, you know, will it be business as usual, Sandesh, meaning to say that the concretization of Goa will continue to happen with all these people dealing with land?
Certainly, Rahul. I have said it earlier, and I will continue saying it, that there is only one underground party working in Goa, and that is the Land Dealers Party. Whether you are in this party or that party, and that's why Assembly was not discussing. And that's why I'm very happy that Aam Aadmi Party and RG have entered, because I hope that they will take up this issue, which Congress was not taking up, MGP was not taking up, or BJP was not taking up these issues. So these are going to be the main issues. Rahul, these ADR figures, I am going to work on it further. I have worked it in my book. I don't have it in my hand right now. But I have worked it in this book. The figures of these are official figures. Unofficially, it may be much more. But main thing is not these figures. The figure is that what was the income of this person before entering politics and where it has reached now. You know, the percentage is somewhere, it is by 900%, by 600%, by 250%, by 100%, double. You know, within 5 years, minimum your income becomes double. How? And we struggle so much. And why we can't achieve such kind of things? And why people in politics suddenly, you know, even whatever those official figures, which we know that they are not the real figures, even those figures are basically 700%, 800% rise, 900% rise. So I need to work on this. With some Dr. Chandrakant Shetty is a doctor. This thing will definitely be more. Okay, so he's number 3. Carlos Ferreira is a lawyer. So he doesn't have any enemy properties and all. So so we can't compare these figures with other people figures where sometimes you like Advocate Cleophas Almeida had said it in my book release function that these people don't even have a legal business. That is what he had said. And without having a legal business also, their income is rising. So it is basically business of politics and politics of business, which has come to stay in Goa, which had come to stay in Goa. There are little signs of changing this situation. I hope it will change by next election. We have to see what happens. In a way, I am very, very happy with this result, that the frustration of people will rise with this. Okay, it had not perhaps reached the boiling point in this election, but there was a very strong anti-incumbency. And this anti-incumbency, mind you, was not against the BJP. The anti-incumbency was against the businessmen politicians. Okay, so that with that, other people have come in, whether Dr. Chandrakant Shetty, whether as an independent, whether Carlos Ferreira is a lawyer, or whether some Captain Venzi from AAP, or whether a simple fellow like Viresh Burkar, an activist from RG, such kind of people are elected today. All the parties. I'm not saying only one from, but BJP, there are some good people who are elected. So I hope these good people remain good, and the business of politics doesn't grip them also. So that is what I hope. And whether the whole process, which I'm saying the reverse process has started, that process will ultimately we have to see. But I foresee reaching a boiling point, and next election is going to be a real tough game for these businessmen, politicians, and the land lobby.
Fantastic. So on that hopeful and happy note, Sandesh, we'll conclude today's discussion. And I thank you very much again for sparing the time to come on Feni for the Soul.
Thank you. Thank you, Rahul Bab. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Bye. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.